So, so symbolism works in a funny way. This is like, when is it science topic? Because it's hard to get into this one, man. Just gotta be careful, because you might have a figurehead that you refer to the same way that people refer to the modality. For instance, Akhenaten is maybe before. Okay, it was the appeal to be represented by the modality that was allowed his rise, right? So before Akhenaten was a person, Akhenaten was a donkey that helped with flax, with rendering agriculture as flax seeds, and the symbol, like, right, is, you might overlook something, but it could get transferred into another state, aspect, like, it's another aspect. I don't want to say borrowing. Over time, people are looking for something to reflect that, which is tied in with their own rise, like rearing up, like survival, like a lot of things, right? It's like turned into a language. So later on, I mean, he's like in the Transformers, but before that, he's a pharaoh. Like later on, he's like becomes like Metatron's big homie from the ancient past. And they went and they found the science. They had to go and look for him in the desert, and they pulled him out of the sand. So with little subtle name changes, it's like you could just, it doesn't matter. Like if you know, like that's, you don't have to really, there's gonna always be like a lot of minutiae, like a ton. We're just dealing with a fraction of something. Referred to as, like, it has a scientific or fantasy science or some type of application, inherent meaning or something, or archetypal energy, or so, like, for instance, why does it seem, I feel like Baal worship and that stuff gets connected to the forensic science? Before they had gunpowder, I was talking about, well, let's say anything projectile is ballistics. So you have like a Atalask or something. It's just like, it's technology because it amplifies something. Like the jet pillar amplifies human strength, or it's the absorption, what's it called? Absorption and accumulation and resonance. Absorption, accumulation, and resonance is the jet pillar on its own, without, like the kind that feels like it has novelty value, but it could still create a light bulb with an electrolyte. It could still cause a light bulb to light. Anyway, we think that of like is not a lot of power to tap into, but there's all the mystique of the other ways that technology would look in different societies, and why we would disavow any knowledge of it or something now, because it's the same way, like we can't investigate things because we've already have confirmation bias from an Aristotelian matriarch. Psychos. No, it's not that serious. But it's like you have presupposition and social constructs and things that, or like diagrams for things that don't look that way under a microscope or don't look that way in the subatomic, it's just like we're just helping your brain to describe something that we use words for, but it's like when you look at it, it's not like that. So they talk about the Devashantic plane. Right now it's like there's a conflict between the Devashantic plane and the astral plane, apparently, India and Pakistan. They both got a contrived kind of religion from, and then they both are trying on their way back to Africa. Like, it has to be accepted masonry. They're still looking for a trace, or looking for evidence of masonry in Africa. Like a Masonic lodge predating modern masonry from Africa. We're looking for it. It's this stuff left that condition by which we have to look for that. Because it is like, what's it called? Enuma Elish, or like, like in Epic of Gilgamesh, Nag Hammadi and stuff. Like, it seems like a different application of technologies when they talk about like cities like that had battles with like where certain like figureheads like Shiva and Vishnu fought, right? Or like cities that were lost because the gods decided to just destroy it, like with all the inhabitants and everything, all the people. They're like back and forth. It's like poems and there's like humor and it's like a whole theater. This is like the theater of the conflict, and it's like Hindu lore stuff. But so when is it science? I'm not gonna have the answers most of the time. Like, I think that people don't even know that they're holding on to pieces of, yeah. And it's like, or sensationalism is attracting raiders, but they're also looking for. It's like you don't have to find what you're looking for in a TikTok invasion. That's something like Andrew Wilson is like that. He's like, you'll invade them, but you can also find good conversations. Don't expect that you can't, And it's just a job, It's just an idea to explore it. I haven't even done it yet. So I'm just because I don't have all these ideas at once. I can't. That's impossible. Mercy, right? I would have to just do like 3 videos a day like I normally do. And then if it's a when is it science topic, so I have to be looking for them because I didn't just break down anything, Not in no 1 hour. Beleaguering. No. Okay. Have a wonderful time.